Welcome, folks. We're on Sydney Harbour, heats 5 and 6, New South Wales 18-footer title. Andrew Buckland bringing it to you with the team on the Camera Cat, Jimmy Bury and Pat from Vicobie in commentary. Welcome, Pat.
Oh, great to be here, Bucko. I'm looking forward to some pearls of wisdom from yourself today.
There'll be none of those. There'll be none of those. We're relying on Jimmy today and you for pearls of wisdom.
Right,
okay?
got it.
Copy. So, folks, been a pretty wild past 24 hours in Sydney. Temperature up to 40 degrees C yesterday for most of the metropolitan area, and some rather strange cellular activity bringing over a forecast of perhaps 15 knots, a bit of 25 to 30 from the northwest, with the air temperature up in the stratosphere. Pretty exciting day all around for yachtsmen, but a little cold front through late last evening and propelled by a small low pressure cell. We're going to sail today 2 races in perhaps 10 knots southeast. How are we going, Pat? Two races, short course.
2 races, short course today. 14 starters on the line. We've had a few scratchings today with Finport, Lazarus and 18-footer Restaurant not coming to the start line today, but a pretty awesome field aside from those guys missing.
Yeah, so, and also back on the wood of the Rag & Famish, so not completely healthy apparently, Harry Price. So Rag & Famish today with Harry on the wood, Mark Chapon on the main sheet and Finn Rodowitz in the bow. Andu at minus Sam Newton, Harry Smith in the bow today. Finport, as we said, not coming. Yandu at full strength, and they were pretty good last week. Everybody else kind of pretty much regular. Marine out there looking for a better result. Leading it to the Hall of Mirrors. So, Jimmy, we had a bit of a problem last week with that purported OCS of the Finport, and then a finishing line that went adrift that probably cost them some time.
Yeah, Bucko, we received data which, ended up being different firmware versions and things like that, and it just ended up just being on our end. So apologies to the guys on Finport who sailed a solid race and then led from start to finish virtually. Then the finish mark, it started drifting just as the Finport and Yandu were jibing off Steel Point there, and Dougie and Noddy quickly grabbed the mark and realised they didn't have any chain left, so they raced it over and stuck it on one of the bottom gate marks, which by the time it was revealed from behind the rescue boat, Finport had already passed that point. So I think the club's done the right thing after some mediation and bits and pieces and awarded Yandu and Finport joint first for last week. So apologies to the viewers at home.
Yeah.
There's the scores on screen, Bucko.
Yeah. So, on the top, Yandu with an amazing 2 victories last week. Incredible. Your name here in second. Andu in third after some misadventure last week. Finport fourth, not here this week. Rag & Famish, Harry back on the wood, expecting good things. Smeg, Fisher Paykel, Shaw and Partners, Marine Outlet. Burrawang actually had a good festival too, so that's the top 10. But Jimmy, interesting, in the commentary I think we said that we thought that the 2 boats were nearly boat for boat on the run, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. They, they're both showing exceptional speed, and like last week was, superb boat handling by both Mika and Woody, and Dougie and Noddy on the rescue boat or Mark Lane boat do an amazing job, and they think on their feet as quick as they can with everything, and it just from our point, just a few things that just didn't quite stack up, and it's. We learn from our mistakes and we go forward. So big shout out to Warren Saar, who from the Double Bay 18s, who's went through during the week and did the Vicara starting systems up to the latest firmware, so everything's all now working. So touch wood, and probably on our behalf we didn't look at the start boat because we were too busy chasing the skiffs to see if there was an individual flag, but we now know.
Yep. Let's leave that one there, mate.
Yep.
All good. Sunk. So, folks, this is the second last weekend of racing prior to the Christmas break. 2 more races next weekend. Today's probably going to be fairly determinative, I would think. And, Jimmy, looking upwind, though, it looks like there's some possibility of a bit of a build.
Yeah, you're talking about some brown cloud that I'm struggling to see, but...
I'm seeing it.
You're seeing it?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I can see it building just off that cloud, Bucko. You've picked it already.
Before.
No, and looking upwind, you know, viewers, we've got a couple of skips coming down, obviously, across the face here, but keelboat with pretty good lean on up in the bay in front of us. So the breeze pretty much south-southwest, so almost perfect funnel through the golf course of Rose Bay, and so it's the lowest piece of land that goes out to the ocean. And so it's another reason why it might actually be able to build to some degree, but propelled by hot water and cold air. And
that light blue spinnaker there in the background, that is where Peter Shipway is this weekend for the historic Sydney Hobart boats. There he is on the mighty Love and Wharf.
So Shipway's note from his mum that said, I can't come this weekend because it's the Classic Yacht Regatta, and Love and War 1972 S&S, famous for winning 3 Hobart races on corrected time, back under the IOR rule.
He had so much fun doing the Cabbage Tree Island race, 3 days, that he thought he'd go and spend a bit more time on it.
That's right, having a lot of fun. But they're sailing pretty well, as you can see. So
they've got a nice lead there, and actually we did see Peter on the way over earlier today. He was on the grinders. He was doing a great job. So enjoying his time out there today.
Jeez, they must be desperate if they've got Shipway on the grinders.
We think he slid forward when he seen the camera cat coming.
It's all an act. Okay, fair enough. Still, it's a big handful of yacht. I don't know. It's an old, it's 150% Gennaro overlap and coffee grinders, and it's not that easy to sail, one would observe. No. Anyway, folks, on screen the 6th, who had quite a good week last week, and expecting steady improvement from that team. Yes.
Well, it's a brand new boat this year, so I think they've had to spend a bit of time just getting themselves all bedded in with a new boat, getting their set up right. And I'm sure by the time they get to the business end of the season, they're going to be sailing their boat a lot better.
They're one of the many boats that you're involved with, Pat.
Oh, they are, mate. They are. Yeah, actually, it's been a great sort of transition year, I think, with a lot of new crews, and Vicavy West stoked to be part of the development of a lot of these new teams to the class and to the club. And I think it's really exciting. It's exciting to develop the future of the class here, and have a lot of these new players that will come, dominant teams in the future.
Yeah, Pat. I mean, I think the crew that's looking most likely and a cohesive unit is the Balmain, who's just trickling down to the start line now. But they've shown the most promise, and the kind of cohesion inside the team that looks like their first priority every weekend is to come 18-footer sailing, and they're all on the same page. Your name here also having a good shot: Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson, and Daniel Barnett. Yeah, they were terrific last week, and it's taken them a while, and they do seem to favour lighter air, but and today might suit them pretty well.
Last week wasn't exactly light air, Bucko.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've made progress, and the first time they looked good was in 8 knots of wind, and last week they looked pretty good in...
Yeah, well, they've been struggling a bit with their boat, with the setup, and, thinking they're doing the right thing, and then things fall apart, as with new boats always seems to happen.
We've got the burrowing with Simon Nern, Cam Walker, Paddy Bannon. So Nerney's always thereabouts. How do you take Nerney's form this year, boys?
No, they've been good. They've led a couple of races, and they just seem to lack the polish. A 2-lapper, they've got one and a half good laps in them, so we'll see. It's good to see them improve, actually. But, they haven't been afraid, and tactically they've been pretty good actually. But their execution tends to let them down, and that seems to get worse as the day goes on to some degree. So, and the talked about Balmain, so 3 of the best young blokes around town.
I think, we started to see it last year. They really started to show their position in the fleet, and this year
to ask a few questions, didn't they?
they didn't they? You all of a
By the
sudden,
end of the Gilton, they were, oh,
they've worked it out. So no, I think they're, this year it's great to see them, part of that top group of boats, and
distinctly in the top group, and
that sponsor actually, Balmain, Flynn, the main sheet, Flynn Toomey, works there. They, got a really engaged sponsor. Everyone, it's a really, finely tuned outfit. So it's great to see.
Okay, folks. So just inside the 5 minutes, signals are up.
And there's going to be a few boats looking back towards Double Bay that
ain't going to make it, including... No, they'll all make it. Yandu's nearly last, and they will make it.
Andu's just off the...
Fantastic.
Just outside the moorings, Bucko.
Oh, Andu will not make it. There go. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? So, Jimmy, did we get a beat length? 4 minutes. Let's go and find out.
Sneak down and have a look.
Sneak down and have a look. So, just the windward leeward, so 2 laps. I think it's 1.3, is it?
1.3. So yeah, for the folks at home, we're just down in Taylor's Bay, and 1.3.
So that's just about on the sandbank at the Sailing Club at Rose Bay, isn't it, Jim?
Yep. Working up into Rose Bay, 2 laps with a
1.3.
With a off the breeze finish.
We'll use every inch of the harbour.
And then some.
So then that means the Shark Island comes into play.
Again. Tied on the turn though, Jimmy, yeah?
It was low at 1:35.
Oh, no, so it's starting to flood. Okay, fair enough.
So 3 minutes, or less than 3 minutes to go here. Andu is probably just going to make it.
Yep.
He could douse his chute and pretty much just shoot on.
So there is a bit more pressure, Jimmy, coming from the right, did we think? Wow. 12 knots in this little puffer and sitting. We're adjacent to the committee boat with 2 minutes 30 to go. Andu is going to miss the start. Yandu is coming under Spinnaker.
Coming in hot.
And will just make it. Marine Outlet, a bit of disappointing last week, and I asked them if they could have one good race today. They said that's our aim. One good race.
Nice little pressure build here, I think, Bucko. You
really?
You might have picked it. I'm just looking up wind up, just Shark Island.
That was purely an accident, mate. Come on.
Don't pump his tyres up, Pat.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But definitely just in front of us, I can see Yandu's going to make this start.
1:30 to go.
So, a minute 30, perfectly timed.
The Vanderbilt start.
Time run, not even that. He'll have to stop. He'll be at the back of the boat with exactly 1 minute, and the line's 40 seconds long. What could go wrong?
Precision timing from the boat ramp.
Yeah, and a lot of people stretching their luck here. Burrowing as well, out to the right of the screen. Ina Newton. Wind at the line only about 8 knots, but a little way up the beat, probably nearly 12. .45 seconds. And pretty good line, Pat. Looks like they could nearly be slightly biased to the pin.
Yeah, to me it looks slightly biased to the pin. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
There is a nice pressure line just coming down that'll hit the fleet.
Yeah, so the more wind at the pin than at the boat, so you don't want to start at the boat.
Yep.
Here we go.
We've got Smeg on port tack over there.
Yeah, good luck with that. 15 seconds. Rag and Famish pressing into the leeward end. Pretty good. A little gaggle down there.
Will the Royal Oak lay that pin down there?
Oh, the Smeg's crossed him on port.
And he's tacked.
Had to tack.
Oh, he didn't cross him quite. Okay, fair enough. Got close though.
Okay, so we've got an individual recall here. We're hearing it's Noakes Red and Rag and Famish. So we've got Rag and Famish, who actually had a pretty good start there. They were OCS.
Yeah, Balmain did a pretty good job of holding them up.
The other one that didn't make the start is Andu.
That's a tedious way to start the day, isn't it? So the fleet all rumbling off on starboard, and that is okay in the first part of the flood tide. But as we mentioned, first man to the puff usually good, and the boats actually from the committee boat end appear to have come out of that well, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yep, we've noticed, just not on screen, just over to the left, the kitchen maker took a step up. They got punched out a little bit early. There they are, on top of the screen.
In high right, but everybody enjoying it, and pretty clean set of lanes for everybody here across to the eastern shore. And wind speed, yeah, nice leaning back big sail, mid-range.
All holding their lane pretty nicely there.
Yeah. Probably kitchen maker leads, Jimmy. What do you think?
That's all just coming over to show the viewers. I think it's might have been the right move here.
They're in nice pressure. Definitely nice pressure out here in the middle of the course.
They got a little right-hand turn and more wind earlier.
There they are.
And here's the right-hand turn, Jimmy. And they're on the outside of the puff. Beautiful.
Great way to start the day.
Yeah.
So Lachlan Steele, Jerome Watts and Ben Kirkby. Great start to the day for Kitchen Maker.
Easy to spot with the high vis on there.
Nice high vis.
Mate, great colour coordination. So making our way over to Nielsen Park over here. Everyone's still hanging on starboard tack.
Yeah, well, everybody's happy that the flood tide is just setting them up pretty nicely. The whole fleet now in high right, more or less. Jimmy, Balmain and Rag and Famish having a good drag race down there. Slight advantage to Balmain, actually.
Yeah, Balmain have done really well down there, haven't they?
Yep.
On the Rag.
Well, done okay.
They've just...
Rag's got windward weather gauge. But the Rag probably second on the water, plus or minus a recall. And a bit of keelboat traffic going across them. Hey, the kitchen maker smashed them.
Yeah, he's just picked up another lift up here, hasn't he? He's he's in good shape.
The rich got richer. Is that how it works? In your world too?
Still trying to find that out.
Okay, fair enough. So we're on the race leader, and this is probably the first race I've led this year, Jimmy, am I right?
Yeah, I think you are right for once, Bucko.
Oh, occasionally. The stop clock is correct.
Shippo gave me strict instructions while he was away that I can't agree too much with you.
All right, then.
Shippo didn't send me any memos, Bucko, so you're okay.
You'd know enough not to take any notice of them, mate, wouldn't you?
Okay, we've got Balmain and the Rag now on port tack up on that shore.
Wow, and watch this, folks. The commuter ferry just ripping through the fleet at about 18 knots.
Just got word through that Rag and Famish did duck back behind the line, so
they're racing.
They're racing.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Good.
That's great.
So, Kitchen Maker leads, but only by about 2 boat lengths, 3 boat lengths. And Balmain second and Rag and Famish third.
Did you have a look on the Balmain, any damage after that Paraway incident with Finport last week, Bugger?
Yeah, they did have a bit of repair work to do on the pole, I gather.
Yeah, the bottom of Finport was nicely scratched up.
Well, there you go. I love the sound of carbon fibre in the morning breaking. So the fleet's staying quite compressed, in fact, Jimmy, for less spread out than usual, it would seem. The Yandu on the screen, Fisher and Pike or mid-fleet at best. Yeah, and the wind actually, so we're starting to see a bit of inversion in the mainsails. The breeze up a notch since the start time.
And we're seeing the Rag and Balmain all working their way over to Shark Island.
Well,
looks like a nice little shift on that point if you have a look at that.
Well, when it's turning right, you go right, Pat, so that's what they're doing. And we'll see here. Travelling with Fisher and Pike, they're pretty much mid-fleet. Marine Outlet hanging in there in front of them and Balmain in front of them, sort of.
That main looks quite large on that Marine Outlet, or is it just the way the sign writing's done, Bucko?
No, it's large.
Larger than life?
It's the high drag version. What would you like, sir? The high drag or the low drag? I'll have the high drag.
Just up where we're running along here, we're just running behind the Royal Oak Hotel, who's just in the same line as the Kitchen Maker, and they're actually doing really nicely up here. They've picked a bit of a left-hand shift and they've just got to navigate around this yacht. Probably got to take their stern, but I reckon they've taken a nice game there.
But they've been sailing really well this year, like unbelievably well. Like the Quiet Achiever coming into the Spring Championship and nailed that. Like, 2 weeks out, I didn't even really have them on my radar, and then it was like, wow, where'd they come from?
Well, Jacobs, was he 16 or 17?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been incredible. I've never seen anybody his age come into the class and just straight away, find his feet so quickly.
The last one would be a bloke that sailed with this guy, I think. It was Bucko, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Ian Murray might have made a decent fist when he was 17.
Right. Well, there's some big boots to fill.
Yeah. Yeah, so as we anticipated, Kitchen Maker leads, Rag and Famish now pretty clearly second, Balmain having a stoush with Yandu for third. And the peloton hanging together. Windward Mark, we're kind of at crosswind position with the leaders on the camera boat, and the Windward Mark is about 500 metres upwind of us. Kitchen Maker going back to the left edge. So they'll be enjoying this, Jimmy, won't they? Clean air, clean water. Beautiful.
Tell you who will be liking it, be Darren McCavanagh, the major sponsor there on the Kitchen Maker Caesar Stone.
Yeah. Shout out to the dads who often sails in the boat, doesn't he?
Mate, he's one of the most engaged sponsors as far as that part goes. It's not, part of the winning family with the Andu and so forth. Daz is he's a bit like me, we're at that point in time where it's like it takes too long to recover to get back in the thing each week, but I don't know how Woody does it.
Oh, I don't know how Woody does it.
Oh, he's only twiddling the twiddle stick, Jimmy. It's not that hard, I'm told.
So a bit of an interesting scenario coming into the bay here. There is a breeze line out of the left up by Rose Bay, and then there looks like a breeze line out of the right here where Balmain's heading to.
Yeah, so Pat, if you look upwind, and for the viewers, we can pan the camera around to the right, just the contour map of the hillside behind us here, as we mentioned, the golf course is pretty low and goes all the way to Bondi Beach. To the right, though, is Dover Heights, which quite high, so the wind tends to be stronger on the left edge up the top here. Anyway, we're alongside Balmain on the camera boat on the screen, and you can see
Rag and Famish, Kitchen Maker and Yandu, they're on screen all high left.
in high left.
They look pretty well up there, don't they, boys?
Yeah. So I think Balmain and these guys have proven that they're able to do different things and come out in front, so let's see. Balmain going to the starboard tack ley line.
The fact they've had to go this far means they're just hanging to try and find that puff.
Yeah, but they're in a good bit of breeze now.
Sure
I would have preferred the left, but maybe they didn't have the option, Pat, so...
Yeah.
And they just said, OK, we'll just get on with it and get to the top mark in the first 3-4. Here they go. And they've given themselves plenty of room on the low line. Yeah, they're going to be fourth, not third.
And we have another commuter ferry just coming in behind us. So they're backed off.
Yeah, the commuter ferry backed off. So Rag and Famish going to lead. The Kitchen Maker fell out of grace, Jimmy. What happened? The left pay. Big left pay on the...
Commentator's curve strikes again, Bucko.
Oh, absolutely. Got him. Shot him dead. And so...
Can sink a boat here on the camera cap.
And a little lull and a big puff at the mark. And the guys have gone hard left up the last part of the beat to come really to the fore. Marine Outlet is going to get there in second place. How about that? From being about 7th.
Could be a tight lay here for Kitchen Maker. I think Yandu's going to make life very difficult for them.
Exactly. And the Marine Outlet around cleanly. So the boys will be happy with that. Got from 7th to 2nd. Johnny Cooley, you got to get the bow down, brother. Oh, a good bit of puff. They're waiting for Yandu. Oh, your name here, living dangerously. Oh.
That rig on Royal Oak 4 Pines looks small, Bucko, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is quite a lot smaller, particularly when you line up alongside the Marine Outlet.
Yeah. Is it their number 2 or is it?
No, I don't think so.
Surely.
Looks tiny.
It looks tiny. It is, yes, number 2. Waiting for the wind, mate.
Well, Balmain really didn't do well out of the right there. They lost 6 positions, 7 positions, 6.
The breeze turned left enough, but like I said, they've often made things work that looked unworkable, but not today. But still, they'd be not too uncomfortable. They're still in touch with the leading group.
Yeah, they've got some pace. They'll be able to work their way through.
And I don't know if you've noticed, Pat, you probably have, but they're pretty fast downhill.
Yeah, right.
So... Oh, exactly right. I heard a slower upwind though, the Vicovia.
I haven't heard that.
High drag
They're high and fast upwind and
high drag,
low and fast downwind.
high drag coefficient I hear, Pat, anyway. You might look into it, have your R&D people work on that.
Well, the thing is, they're all wearing it, so everyone's on even territory.
Oh,
the same gear.
Very
So.
cool, right?
All right, so we've got good puck continuing down on starboard drive. All heading down to Nielsen Park. And just coming back upwind, we see Andu, who was late for the start today. So they've got a bit of work to do, old John Winning Jr.
Just say Herman.
Well,
That's his real name.
I was being polite.
Don't worry, he would prefer you call him Herman. Let's call him Herman. Anyway, travelling folks with the mighty Smeg.
And your name here in the background of just about to pop out on the other side of the sheet. There they are, the grey sheet. Rag has opened up quite a considerable lead.
So these guys lifted on starboard, so it'll be headed when they jibe.
So this pack's all going to connect back in the middle of the harbour, but Bucko, the guys that jibed early and went into Shark Island are now coming out pretty nicely on starboard jibe, the rag, and
Your name here.
your name here.
Yep.
Your name here. We're going to get a name on that soon, or?
Well, Pat, funny you asked that. There's a reason we brought you along today.
This could be an expensive day.
No. But mate, they're definitely like any business that's keen to get behind, and it's you're not going to be wasting money. You've got three really great young guys on board there that are really good talkers, good engagers, would be great for any brand or company.
And they're right up in the mix, and Balmain's done okay also. Anyway, so that's the pack.
It's a great bunch here.
Yandu leading that basically even with Marine Outlet on the leeward side. But now comes the gate into play, and the rag of the Famish is gone. So Harry hasn't lost his touch.
It's not bad with a injury, Cloud. What was his injury, Bucko?
He got a bulging disc.
Bulging disc?
Yeah.
Oh, that can't be very enjoyable.
No.
Well, whatever he's on to combat that, it's helping him.
Probably some mighty fine chemicals.
There's how much of a lead he's opened up there on screen, Bucko.
Yeah. A metric ton.
A metric ton?
Yeah. And on a beauty too, coming across.
I think your name here has just punched out a little bit in that pack there. He's definitely got some wheels downwind. And to me, it looks like the pack are coming down with pressure when the rag does not have any pressure at the moment.
Well, he's in the leeward edge lift off. I hope he's got enough and doesn't have to do two jibes. But his body language says he's comfortable with his lay line, so. But Pat, as we often observe, the breeze does lift off on this leeward edge, and where rag is about the transition from the good flow to the not so good flow.
Yeah, they're all going to get through it.
Yep.
It's a bit like a science class with old Mr. Bird.
Yes, exactly.
Hanging out here with Bucko, isn't it, Pat?
Yeah, I hope he doesn't mark my homework.
4 out of 10 straight away. You don't need to read it. Look at the name on the front. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
That'll do.
Okay, well here we got the rag jibing.
What did your report card say, Pat? Pat can do better.
Said conscientious
Objector.
student.
Objector.
Yeah.
Conscientious objector to doing homework or something. Talks too much at the back of the class.
Absolutely, something like that.
Okay, folks, we're seeing a pretty nice ley line in here from the rag, and they've conserved their lead, and they've got to the mark on a bit of high right pressure. Nicely judged. Oh, they're going to do a jibe drop and go to the other one. Wow, and that's probably the right answer also. Huh.
I think those the ferry wash might have just helped them make that decision.
Well, no, the breeze is a fair way in the right, so. And there is pressure. Yandu's going to get here second, comfortably. And the other guys all suffering a bit here, Pat, aren't they? Like we said. It's
Yeah, definitely very soft down the bottom end of the course here.
not so windy. Yandu lining up to jibe drop. How about that?
Yep.
So they're following the rag and Famish. So rag and Famish got about a 35 second lead.
It's going to be tight for third here between Balmain, your name here, and Kitchen Maker.
Yeah, let's see what mark they choose to go to. The peloton is arrive, indeed. Balmain will probably do a jibe drop at the mark near to us, Pat, but or not.
They Here we go. We've got Marine Outlet taking their stern.
A few starboard calls getting made here.
The guy who's going to win out all this is going to be the Royal Oak.
Sneaked around.
Stephen Bradbury.
8. Great work by Jacob Marks, Alan Marinelli and Matt Doyle. They're going to be in... Well, it's pretty tight for Marine Outlet and Royal Oak for third.
Balmain did all right too. So Outlet and Balmain basically tied for third, but cleanly round the mark. And now, where's the nearest puff, Pat? We have to find the puff.
Well, the Rag's just tacked on a starboard out there on the right. It'll be interesting to see how much pressure he's got.
Yeah.
Bit of a snafu there on the Smeg getting the spinnaker down. Harry's around the batten to Lewis.
Oh, not good. And it won't come down, will it, Jimmy? Like that. Plenty of friction.
Plenty of friction.
Saw the jib in half or leave the spinnaker up. One or the other.
Emma Rankin on the Shore on Partners did a nice job there. Just managed to slow down enough to just get on the inside of the Burrowang.
Yeah, no, pretty cagey. That lot.
She's one of the ones that have really hit the ground running this season, like new into the class and, you know, throwing everything at it and not afraid to have a go, that's for sure.
Oh, Emma's fearless, you know. If you see some of the stuff she's been doing on the F-16s and F-18s, the catamarans, she's certainly got the DNA for this sort of sailing. So, you know, I think everyone who knows Emma is not surprised at how quickly she's been able to adapt and take this on. And she's got some great guys she's with Cam McDonald and Tom Quigley, you know, lots of experience there. So, and obviously a very, you know, well set up boat as well. So, you know, that's going to be a team to watch. You know, by the time the JJs come around.
So here comes the Andu, picking her way back from a late start. And the fleet just trundles upwind. Nobody deviating, Jimmy, out to the right except for the Rag. Just Rag putting a loose cover on. Looks like they've gone further in front to me.
Yeah, the Rag's definitely the furthest right. We'll work our way back up and just wait for the last of the riders to get around the bottom gates, and we'll work our way back up through the fleet. That's all the guys on the left or the northern side of the course area.
So Jimmy, the Rag looks pretty comfortable up there. You know, they've got a nice lead. They're covering back to the left side of the course in some nice pressure.
Yeah, last time up, so, you know, the golden rule, stay between the competitors and the top mark, right? It's pretty straightforward, and they've tacked on what looks like a beautiful line there.
Well, I think the one they've got to watch is Woody, you know, on the Yandu. You know, they're probably one of the fastest boats in the fleet. They're certainly trying to get to the left now. So keeping a nice loose cover on Woody would be a wise move, I'd say.
A very wise move, both Thing and Lewis on. So with Woody, you know, they 100% have the never give up attitude. So okay.
And the Royal Oak, so they were equal third at that bottom mark, and they've managed to just hang in there all the way on starboard tack, and I think they're going to come out of this left pretty nicely. They're sailing a good race, those guys, and with what looks like their number 2 rig. Am I right?
Definitely looks like a number 2 rig. I was trying to have a look at, you know, one way we can sort of tell is the foot length on the mainsail, right, Bucko?
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of boom past the end of the mainsail.
Hanging out the back, indeed. They had to, looking at them, they had to duck Balmain.
So yeah, like with the wharf redevelopments at Double Bay, we can't get into the park to confirm what rig is what rig at the moment, so hopefully it won't be going on for too much longer.
Well, I guess it's fair to say, Jimmy, that I was operating under the assumption that we're up for an 8 to 12 knot day. And
changeovers 12-ish thereabouts.
yeah, exactly.
And being a light, younger crew probably makes sense that
Yeah.
they would be on the number 2.
Yeah, probably it does. Just. So the Yandu into the sandstone cliff at Nelson Park, on the south of Nelson Park.
And just to windward of Woody, we see the Rag and Famish just doing a nice cover right on their line. Textbook match racing tactics going on there.
So your name here is going to be third at the top by the look of that if they hold their present position. So that'd be another good result if they can do that. 1-2 as you were now here. So Rag and Famish, what do you reckon, Jimmy? 40 seconds?
Yeah, I'll agree with you a little bit on that one.
A small, partial, incomplete agreement. All right, temporary.
Shippo's going to bring the ruler next week. Start smacking me. There's who we believe third place. Your name here.
I think they'd want to try and step up a bit, but unfortunately they have a Navy cruising vessel that's just in their way, which is
the old sea deck, mate. The party barge.
the party barge. Well, it's just going to force them to tackle a little sooner than they would have liked, but they're in nice pressure right here.
High left and windy.
Yeah, sheet her on and get her out and let it go.
Here's the distance between third and first.
Just the main starting to rag in these gusts there, just getting the top end of the rig and this puff.
That's probably the most wind we've had all day, so 12 I would say.
Nice pressure here.
Yeah. So, if they're not careful, it will be above big sail range for the second race, Pat.
We, so we've got a cross here between your name here and
The Royal Oak
the
coming
Royal
up
Oak.
just to the right of screen.
I think your name here is just going to get through.
a squeaky cross.
And I think Royal Oak will be pretty happy to keep pushing to the left here, I would have thought.
Yeah, more pressure on the left as we observed last time. It probably pays 8 times out of 10 to go to the windward mark on the port tack ley line in this wind direction. So.
All right, Bucko, looking at that shot there, that to me looks like a...
It's a number 2 rig, yeah.
Yeah, looking at the distance on that boom there, so number 2 rig on the Royal Oak.
Yeah. So they're out of school with the rest of the... out of step with the rest of the fleet, but...
I'll tell you what, they're sending it to a nice left-hand ship, so...
having a good day out. Maybe on the low line already, I think. I think they should be on the other tack.
Looks like they're setting up for attack here.
He's nearly up to second.
Well, I think they've eaten out a little bit of time out of Yandu here.
Yeah, they have. Like I said, nearly. Yeah, they're still across it, but they've closed the gap. And high left with quite a bit of breeze. Oh, and Yandu tacked away.
Interesting.
Oh.
What'd you say about the Vicomia gear upwind?
High drag, I said. High drag.
And just upwind of this pack that you can see on screen, the rag is just tacked on top of them, just a nice conservative approach, staying between the fleet and the mark.
Yeah, so he's going to lead by nearly a minute, Jimmy, the rag.
Yeah, just extended up here, hasn't he?
Yep, no, got the right side of the last bit of the V.
Yep. Yeah, they're looking pretty comfortable. So this breeze is definitely pretty strong in the left here. Everybody on port tack. So just coming up to the top mark, the Rag and Famish. Just got to put in an attack, and they will be on their way home. Looking pretty solid, I'd say, Bucko.
Yeah, well, solid's a misunderestimate, mate. On fire.
And there's their sponsor in the background, Pete Caligras, just out chasing them around.
At the mark, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse got new batteries this week.
Mickey Mouse is going really well, thank you.
And just Yandu coming upwind now.
He's a little way to come yet. And your name here, if they'd got a good ley line, they would have been here second.
Overstepped by a
Clancy,
fair way.
Clancy of the overlay, we'll call him. What are you thinking, brother?
Slow tack by Woody here.
Yeah, no, below their usual standards. So it is about 40 seconds. But here to tell you that your name here would have been second if they picked the ley line correctly.
So your name here now third place, and just coming up to the top mark now, we can see the Royal Oak, who picked that great shift up the left side of the course, coming around in fourth. Having a great day.
And Balmain going to get there comfortably fifth, and Marine Outlet sixth by the look of all that.
Balmain look like they've got pace. You know, when you see them in the fleet, they've got the wheels.
They've got wheels.
Yeah, the misguided missile at the moment, Pat.
Oh, well, that's a good problem to fix.
Yeah. No, they're sailing sensationally this season, and as I was talking to you prior, that they finished the season on a real high, and then this season they've just gone on with it. It was sort of during the off season. I was just wondering how the wobbles were going to go to start back, but they've hit the ground running, which is good to see.
Marine Outlet, sixth place. It's going to be tight here for seventh between the early leader, Kitchen Maker, Shore on Partners, and the Smeg. It's going to be pretty tight. I think the Kitchen Maker's just going to sneak in here.
Hey.
Nicely done.
Bit of knife fighting, but all good.
There we go.
There's a bicobiative I've ever seen one, Pat.
Hey, the two red boats. Well, Nathan McNamara on the Smeg and Jed and Jack, they've been sailing really well this year too, Great team, really enthusiastic. They're loving their sailing.
Yeah, and they got left a really well prepped boat by Ricky Bridge and Michael Coxon.
They're just reaching over the bow of Shore and Partners.
So just hearing from the boat park, Bucko, the Royal Oak found spreader damage while rigging up, so had to swap to the number 2 rig. So that explains that.
Involuntary choice, fair enough.
Choice out of their control. So let's get on it.
Oh, they're making
Down to Funky Town.
They're making the most of that situation. Just behind the camera cat here, the top mark, Herman on Andu has just rounded.
Did his best to have a swan dive, but...
They did, but you'd almost wonder if they...
Uh-oh.
Almost wonder if they've done this delayed start on purpose to see how far they can sail into the fleet.
There's a chasing pack heading into Steel Point.
Yeah, they're bringing a bit of pressure down there around Steel Point. Balmain leading that pack. And to lure to them, there's another pack. There's obviously the Royal Oak, your name here, Yandu, and then their leader, the Rag. So here's our leader, Rag and Famish.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. We've got our two leaders, well, the leader of Rag and Famish and Yandu, just in hot pursuit. I think the Rag's looking still pretty comfortable here, Bucko.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's
Keelboat.
I think the Rag's going to lay this all the way in from here.
I would say that they can fill up the champagne flutes and eat the chocolates.
Well, you never say never, but I think the fat lady has some.
Well, certainly warming up.
Can you even use that line anymore?
No.
An opera singer, I guess, is what the reference would be to.
You can use the word like mildly obese opera singer.
Right.
That will go.
Gotcha.
PC classes with Bucko will get you nowhere, Pat.
The world's gone mad.
Yeah, so he's close to a mortgage there, isn't he? Like Yandu, if he gets second, then that's another okay result this afternoon. The second race. The rank completing.
Okay, so there's the winner, Rag. He's looking pretty good. He's had a good day, and now we've got Yandu just coming down. One more job to do to get to the finish line here for Yandu. Just setting up now by the looks.
There he goes.
But a comfortable second there for Woody and the team. Bit of traffic for Yandu to navigate around just at the finishing line with that catamaran.
A random charter catamaran just in the way.
Anyway, he's
So we'll call that 50 seconds, Pat.
50 seconds, and I think Woody's given a bit of advice to the skipper of that yacht.
Free of charge.
Always free.
Character reference as well, I think.
Third place, your name here, just coming through finishing line now.
Another brilliant result by them.
Yeah, solid.
They're going to end up third in the Australians, I reckon, by the time we get it done. We're not allowed to say that. All right, fair enough.
Put the kiss of death on them.
And Balmain, you know, they've really had a cracking run, those guys. They've really used their boat speed well there, pulled themselves all up to fourth place here. So great finish for Balmain. And then
this
here
will
we
be
are.
Close between Royal Oak and Marine Outlet, sort of let them off the hook here.
Yeah. Yeah, Marine Outlet had that chance your arm at the other end.
Yeah. And that's incredible. That is an absolute incredible result with a small rig, Bucko.
Correct.
Fantastic work. So fifth place Royal Oak, sixth place Marine Outlet. Smeg's had a pretty nice race here too. Got away from the other pack there. They're going to finish seventh. Is seventh or sixth there?
No, and a good...
Bucko stopped writing them down, Pat, so...
No, I'll write down the top 10, Jimmy, on the rules. Good stoush here for...
This is great racing here between these four, isn't it?
8, 9, 10. Going to be Kitchen Maker 6th, and then and then Shaw and Partners.
Well, yep. Very tight there. Would have been tight on that line there.
Yep.
The pinhead biased.
Yep.
Almost one of the Shaw and
That was
Partners might have
6, and
sneaked
then
up one.
Burrowing.
Shaw and Partners then 6, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yep, and then Burrowing, and then Fisher and Pikell is just about to cross the line. Then I'll be Andu.
So Andu made no impression on Fisher and Pikell on the run.
Okay, Andu's just crossed the line after starting. Well, to me, it would have looked like they would have started a good 3 minutes behind the fleet, or at least 2.
No, more like 3. Yeah.
Like 3.
Yeah. I didn't time it, but fair way. All right.
The last boat home will be Noakes Red that have just jibed off Steel Point and coming in hot.
Well, coming in hot, and they haven't been on the riding lever, I don't think.
No, so it's a good day so far.
I had a beer with the troops after the race last week, Jimmy. I was a bit alarmed to see that Beck wouldn't tip the scales at a higher number than about 45 kilos.
We'll have to come take her out with us with pizza and beer night.
That's right. Every night of the week for a while.
Just had Pete Caligris, the owner of the Rag and Famish Hotel, just go, is that our first win of the year? He's out here watching his boat like he does every week. So, yes, it is the first win of the year for the mighty Rag and Famish. So, very happy, Peter Caligris.
And they led all the way.
That was quite a win.
Yeah, that's, for a race with not many snakes and ladders, 50 seconds is a good amount,
Absolutely.
Hopefully that does something for Harry's confidence with his back. Like time will tell tomorrow when he wakes up with a bulging disc to see how he feels off the back of that, right?
I mean, folks, one of the problems of these boats and the weight fully rigged with a big rig engine 170, putting them in the water is a serious bit of exertion, and
lifting them back out is just as probably even a little bit more difficult.
They get heavier as you race them. It's okay. But just making the point that even if it's perfectly distributed, which it never is, it's still 3-bloke carry, or they mostly 4 or 5 blokes, but 3-bloke carry, you're looking at 60 kilos each.
We haven't got chiropractors sponsoring the fleet yet, have we?
You'd know some through the rowing stuff that you sponsor.
The paddling?
Yeah, the paddling.
Actually, with paddle sports, I think it actually it does more to enhance your back than.
Torsional muscles get better. Yep.
As long as you're using the right equipment and you got the best technique, you'll be fine. But so here we are back. What do you think this breeze is going to do now, boys? It's,
well, no more brown cloud, and it's still warming up, so it's going to soften. There you go. That'd be my
to me, it looks a little bit like that.
To be fair, there's enough still coming that it's going to probably hold reasonably. There's enough little clouds coming still off the ocean. Water temperature in the harbour here between 22 and 23.
And the tide's running until what time today, Bucko? Have you got... here we go.
Highs at 7:18 of 1.2 metres, and we had the low at 135 of 0.05. There's the post-payment flag up.
Not a heap of water moving, but we're back approaching sequence here by the look of it.
Well, while we're in a post-payment, why don't we have a look at some of the amazing gear that Pat sells, and from the mighty Vycobi company.
Pat, do you get on the sewing machine much, or not very often?
I do not, but our design team are intimately involved in the development of our gear, so I leave it to the really good guys.
Fair enough. A man's got to know limitations.
So they're the new trap jackets that you guys have developed, Pat, with all the new rules and regulations.
Yeah, the trap harness. It's and obviously with our involvement with the 18s as well. Like, you know, that's where this really came from. We obviously got access to a lot of sailors that are giving us great feedback all the time, and you know, many of them always coming into our office and helping us develop our products. So the trapeze harness, the Torque trapeze harness, I think definitely from the club's perspective, there's obviously a high aspect of safety, you know, being really important, and having the ability to release yourself in a difficult situation is something that I know that the 18-foot skiff class, you know, believes in. So for us, we really wanted to make sure that when we developed a harness, it had to be obviously at the highest performance from the comfort and performance perspective and have all the features that you want. But also, you know, I like to sleep at night, so I want to make sure that we're making product that is going to give sailors the chance to keep themselves safe. So we really felt that the quick release aspect of the design was critical, you know, for us to produce. World Sailing have come and gone on that whole topic to try and enforce some particular standard on quick release. They haven't been successful with that, partly due to the standard that they designed not really being practical to manufacture. But certainly for us, we feel that having an element of quick release is really important, no matter whether it meets a particular standard that World Sailing tried to develop or not. So yeah, you know, for us, we're excited. It's going really well. Sailors are embracing it. Particularly the sailors that spend, you know, days and days and days in it, like the 49ers and the Knackers, they're really appreciating the comfort of the harness. So, yeah, you know, really, really, really cool for us to be able to, you know, provide product that makes a difference.
And you got, was it battens in the back for a bit of support?
Yeah, we've got removable battens in the back of the harness for lumbar support. So, you know, there are days when it's a lot lighter that, you know, you may not need that.
Yeah, when you're bundled up and
correct,
trying to keep your weight in. But
you know, even if you look at the 16-foot skiff class, you know, the way that you have to sail that boat compared to the way you sail an 18 is different again. So, yeah. So there's a lot of different, you know, features. Everything that we make has got this level of adjustability, and you can tailor it to your needs.
Yeah, no, great stuff, Pat. And then the second video we've seen was the hiking pants. Like, there's a few, obviously no hiking in the 18s, but there's some blokes that definitely could use them in other classes when we get them alongside, and they still won't hike even when they got the camera pointed at them.
Well, yeah, exactly. Look, I think the hikers, you know, if you look at the most popular class in the world, the Ilka, what was the laser, has got the numbers globally. And even if you look at hiking boats in general, you know, there's just a very large number of people that sail those types of boats. And, you know, they're for good reasons. They're solo boats, you don't need a crew. So that part of sailing's getting stronger and stronger. So for us, we want to develop a hiker that was durable, and also that actually worked and didn't just fall down. So we worked with Brett Bayer, who many would know has been one of Australia's, you know, best laser sailors and coaches for decades, you know, 15 Masters World Championships to his name, and Brett's been instrumental in the development of our particular hiker. So yeah, once again, that's really going gangbusters for us. Sailors are loving the functionality and the durability of that particular suit. So yeah, for us, it's just been great to have these two particular products that kind of really push the Vicovy brand into the dinghy sailing market. We're an authentic player in that scene, and yeah, good fun. So
okay, folks, 6 minutes. But Pat, you missed the point, I think, didn't you?
Now tell me what point I missed.
God invented trapeze wires for a good reason.
Tell me more.
No hiking.
Right. Well, I just make the gear.
Okay, fair enough. We won't blame you for the state of the art then. Okay.
Well, you could even argue that about the guy who invented foils. But,
well, stop it. So, folks, second heat, inside 6 minutes. Wind speed, a bit soggy, Jimmy, isn't it? Would be the word we would use.
Has lifted off across the course.
Yep. Perhaps sub 10 knots now on the first half of the beat. Still some pressure coming via the golf course at Rose Bay.
could make life a bit difficult for the Royal Oak in their smaller rig.
Should be downrange. Yep. So anyway, just to recap, the first 10, Rag and Famish, sorry, Andu, Your Name Here, Balmain, Royal Oak 5th, Marine Outlet 6, Smeg 7, Kitchen Maker 8, Sharon Partners 9, and 6 in 10th. So I guess out of that lot, Your Name Here came from a little bit back in the pack and got to the front. Rag led the whole way. Andu was pretty much second the whole way. Marine Outlet, saw greatness and ran from it to some degree. And the Kitchen Maker in 8th led and gave it back big time. So enough racetrack length and complexity to shuffle the order if you go the wrong way. This will be interesting to watch. And do start on time this time, just inside the 4 minutes.
That'd have the team on Yandu pretty much so one hand firmly on the trophy, wouldn't it, with the points?
Oh, yeah. If they have a good race this afternoon, they probably don't need to come out for the last day, Jimmy. So.
And am I right in saying that Yandu won the New South Wales Championships last year as well?
Last year.
So he's got this title wrapped up again.
So he's misplaced a trophy, so he's got to come back and keep winning it each year. Is that what's happened, Bucko?
You'll have to. He's getting a bit, forgetful in his junior years. Misplaced the trophy.
All the trophies are beautifully on display inside the clubhouse as you walk in.
So, folks, just a little pulse coming down the middle of the track now, actually. Pat, how about that? Back to 12 knots again.
Yeah, that might help them out a little bit.
Yeah,
although,
exactly.
That last start, we saw the Kitchen Maker do that little step up to the right straight up to the start and made a pretty big gain. I'm not sure if I'm seeing that breeze line out of the right this time.
No, the structure appears a little different for this time, right? So, but now, probably towards upper range for the big sale. So a different test.
And to me, it looks like another pin-end biased start line, you'd say.
Well, just think, what actually happened that first one. Those guys that started well at the pin came out in front. Tide is flooding, not big amount of flow, but about 1 knot. So first man to the tide might be part of the story.
Or woman.
Or woman, as the case may be, yes. Interesting. So it looks like Rag thinking they might get the leeward end again.
Smeg's, I'm wondering if Smeg's going to try another port tack approach.
You'd think he would have learnt maybe from the first one that there's not usually room on a start line like this.
But he pulled it off, actually. Nearly. Well,
he had to tack.
He had to tack, but it wasn't the worst start.
No, but it's a pretty high risk option, isn't it? It
sure is.
It's a 1 in 5 at best.
And to add this start, we will have Andu on the start line, adding another boat to the mix as well. So
I don't fancy your chances of getting 63 feet of starting line when the gun goes down there. No, not really.
1 minute 27.
Okay, looking up the track, pressure's good, perhaps in the right slightly, but pretty even across the track. And maybe a bit more coming too. Well, righto, coming to 1 minute. Sharon Partners, sorry, Smeg just coming back in from the pin, sizing up the pack. Andu pressing hard for the pin on the left edge. Burrowing down there as well. But Andu hammer down, semi-down anyways. But they're looking pretty early at this present moment.
30 seconds to go.
Pull her up, boys. And
so Andu's got the pin at the moment.
Yep. They're very early though. Only one boat left to go, 10 seconds. Going. Yeah, they're okay. Off we go. Oh, burrowing over, I would say. And Andu nicely hidden, so you don't know, but... Okay, 6 has gone back. And our Vicaris device tells us Burrowang 6th and the kitchen maker all over. Burrowang sympathy vote got into irons trying to stop and go backwards.
It's a shame for the kitchen maker because they are looking pretty nice off that start line.
Yeah, not much in it, but they must have just been a foot early, I don't know. You can do 3 seats in row F. Oh well.
Smeg just coming back here. They've been an early port tack. They've been able to get through and try and make a step up to the right side.
Yeah, Yandu following suit there, Pat.
You know, the Smeg just struggled the whole time trying to get back from the left there at the start. They just couldn't find their lane. Particularly once Andu got dominance on that pin, it was pretty hard to find some space.
For the viewers at home, Burrowang Village Hotel has just restarted the race.
So on screen, Andu is pretty punched out down there at as a furthermost left boat, low hooks. The Royal Oak with their number 2 rig, they're just hanging in there, aren't they? This breeze just increased a little bit here.
Well, right at the crossover, really, so...
Might not want to repair their big rig, you know.
In principle, you know, the little rig should be faster upwind in 12 knots, which is what it is, and slower downwind.
Yeah, and you're just seeing on the Your Name here, their main just ragging every couple of boat lengths, so definitely at the top range. The Royal Oak holding a nice lane on Andu here.
Yeah, I think Andu a little bit down in crew weight this week with Harry Smith in the bow instead of Sammy Newton. Still looking good. I think the Rag and Famish might lead again. How about that?
Pete will come and sponsor every week. He's today's race sponsor, the Rag and Famish, and
yeah.
Be nice to pull off 2 wins, wouldn't it? So about 12 knots here in this puff.
Yeah, the Rag full inversion on the main there, so it is 12.
just starting to see some white caps a little bit further up the track towards the top mark too.
A little bit of wind against tide going into the bay here, Jimmy, so...
Like, I didn't see the cloud that was going to bring this breeze line, mate.
No, the low bit there. It wasn't brown, it was white. So
it was white this time.
it tricked you.
Got him, Pat, nice.
Yeah.
Now, you don't get many. It's interesting here. I don't know if Andu's going to be able to...
no, he won't cross.
He's going to have to duck behind the Royal Oak. So Royal Oak have done a really neat job, but I think to weather them, the Rags looking pretty good as well.
The Rag leads by a boat length, I think.
I think you could be right.
So here we go.
Okay, the Royal Oak's just tacked early here. They're taking the stern of the Rag.
Yeah.
And then just off screen to the weather of them, Andu's tacked as well. So I think you called it there, Bucko. That's probably about a boat length lead.
And very aggressive looking tactics from the Rag. In line with the Andu. Thanks for coming, boys.
Which day was match racing day?
Today, I think. I don't know.
Starts Monday at the CYCA. Is the World Youth Match Racing Championship start then, Pat?
Yeah, he's a pretty handy match racer, Harry.
Well, he also sailed. Well, he did sail on Andu Comanche until that moment, I think. I'm sure he's still welcome there. Like it's.
Don't come on Monday.
I don't think Ehrman's that sort of guy. So.
So all boats are pushed up here on this left-hand side up to the point here at Nielsen Park. It's where the breeze seems to be the best.
Yeah.
Funneling out of Rose Bay.
Yeah, and just a little compression against the headland and solid now. Perhaps 14, Jimmy, do you think?
So I was saying, I was seeing little white caps up further. They now got to us.
Yeah.
Nice flat water. Beautiful sailing.
Yeah, this is a bit of a rarity on Sydney Harbour these days, Pat.
Nice shoulders back sail though.
Yeah.
The harbour's cleared out. Not too many power boats.
That will be the point about the flat water, mate. No wakes, no refraction.
Oh, Peter would be loving it. Peter Shipway.
Yeah, we haven't yet found a nominee for the award today, Pat. That's your job.
Well, that blue boat was doing a pretty good job before, and then so did the catamaran at the finish where Woody gave him some advice.
Or maybe the jet boat, I don't know. You know, it's always in the running.
And it's always there. Well, there's still time.
The jet boat just has a standard weekly entry.
That's right. Bloody madness.
So we've got Yandu and Kitchen Maker pushing to the left side of the course here into more pressure. Definitely leading the pack over to the left. You know, Yandu is always fast, eh? They've just got pace.
Yeah, she's smoking along, that's for sure. And on the other side of the track, the Rugged Famish pressing into the corner of Shark with Andu and the Royal Oak Four Pines.
It looks like Royal Oak's managed to stay on the inside of the rag up there on Shark Island, so they're doing a nice job.
Yeah, they've got a good lead over the guys that went this way though, Pat.
They sure do.
The Balmain's going to be in front of Yandu as well.
No, I got tricked by the size of the Royal Oak rig. No, they are on the leeward side of the rag now, I can see. But forgive me, it was a smaller rig, so
I wasn't going to correct you on air, mate. We'll talk about it later, all right?
Okay, right, thanks. Thanks, Principal Buckland.
Quack. Oh, my God. So, interesting. Same, though. Like the look of the left for the second half of the beat.
Definitely.
But the rag has got a cushion already, I think, Pat, yeah?
And they're certainly looking strong today, the rag.
Yeah.
But we're working here on the left-hand side of the course. We've got Fisher and Pike just going in for attack. We've got 6 just tacking on top of them. And just coming into screen now will be Shaw and Partners Financial Service, and I expect Emma to do the same on the boys. She's just continuing a little longer. Just tacks now.
Not the best, but not the worst.
No, exactly. They're off.
So she looks like she's pretty well up on the ley line to some degree. Rag cleanly in front.
Yeah, they just need a little bit more of that left-hand pressure to help them out a little bit. Great shot from the drone here. You can see the lines of pressure coming down from that power boat that's moored in the bay. Game of snakes and ladders as usual. The rag's just tacked on the Royal Oak.
So, also to take note, Pat, the handling on the rag has been pretty good.
You could almost argue that a lot of their gains are every time they do attack, they're gaining a half a boat length or so. They're pretty smooth.
Yeah, and just crossed in front of the Royal Oak there.
Yeah.
So a little positional change.
The mayonnaise on the Andu out of that tack. Off and running. So this pack of 3 you see here have got a pretty nice cushion over the rest of the field. With Yandu and Kitchen Maker down at the far right. See if they can pull anything out of the right-hand side of the course, but from where I'm sitting, it looks to be all left.
Yeah, good luck with that one, Pat.
I think so.
You can have the right, okay?
I bags it first. I was on the left. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to be nice to the guests around here.
Yeah, I don't like to share.
Yes. So, Pat, one boat we haven't talked about. Your name here started in perhaps a fourth row and have suffered as a result. So,
No,
they've got a lot to do.
they sure do. They've hit the hard lefts, but at the backside to try and...
That got them out of jail the first race.
Well, let's see if they can use their pace to get themselves up the field, but you're right, they're not looking great.
Yeah, a fifth or something from there would...
and do having to take a little dip here. They
Oh, okay, so hard left has paid, hasn't it? Wow. Still, a good little lead to the rag. Nice and clean.
Should be a pretty nice race between these two boats, I think. And the Royal Oak, once again, having a great day. Third place. Let's see if they can hang in on the downwind run with their smaller rig.
Well, they didn't seem troubled at all the first race, did they? So,
Didn't, did they?
no. Oh, so here comes your name here. Overstood on the other lay line.
yeah, most of the ones on the left working uphill. I was watching Bucko. They're all free sheeting coming into the top marks. Obviously, the big lift over that side for them.
Yandu in fourth. Marine Outlet having good race in fifth. Balmain sixth.
Yeah. Yeah. Marine Outlet might be able to go on it with it from there because, oh, they're just going to clear their air. Yes, they are.
And your name here, pull themselves out of a spot, giving themselves at least a chance, or they need to get that shoot up a bit quicker.
Yeah, good pressure coming for all these guys. So Yandu got a fair bit of work to do, but we like his chances of getting third perhaps from there, but probably not better than. But that would be a good day out, a 1 and a 3 in this fleet.
Oh, you take that any day. On a light or a variable Sydney southeaster. Although, breeze has been pretty nice today. So it's hung in here, hasn't it, that southerly?
Yep. Oh, that's good. Well, there was some thermal gradient. I don't know if you noticed, Pat. 40 C to 23. Do the maths quickly for me.
Mate, that's why I've got you here for me to do all that. So, you know, tell me about this thermal gradient that you sense when you're coming out with the meat pies today.
Be prepared. Be careful what you wish for around here, Paddy.
Rightio, let's get back to the sailing.
Interestingly, there on the left of screen, the Royal Oak fault pilots jibed out early, staying in that pressure in the Rag and Famish and do have just jibed.
The Rag and Andu looking like they're on a nice line there, bit of pressure coming in on Port Giant. But the Royal Oak up the middle, they're in clear third and pushing on the leaders.
Not afraid to chance their arm with a different rig, that's for sure, right?
No, absolutely.
So there we go, the leaders crossing the Rag and Famish, but they're in touch, that's for sure.
Crossing the Royal Oak. Not the
Sorry,
Rag
the
and Famish.
Royal Oak, what am I saying? Of course.
The Royal Oak does have, just behind off screen there, it does have Yandu
Breathing down their neck.
coming in at pace
Yeah.
with a big rig.
Yeah, we'll have to excuse the viewers if Bucko makes a few mistakes today. He's a bit waterlogged after yesterday in the historic 18, spending an hour in the tide.
Yeah, tell us about that, Bucko.
Hey?
Tell us about that.
Oh, nothing to tell, really, Pat.
How many people sail on that historical 18-foot skip, Bucko?
Oh, it depends on the boat, if it's 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. You know, our boat's an 8-foot beamer. A 9, two boats in a fleet that are 9 foot wide and they tend to carry more. Length to beam ratio of 2 to 1.
So floating in the harbour for an hour with 8 of your best mates sounds like a pretty good Saturday afternoon to me.
No, lovely day, and it was a good day to have a dip.
All right. The modern day 18s are here, so
Yep.
just coming to our leaders right now. So we've got Andu just affected by this. I don't know what you'd call this boat, but she's I think that's the word.
So, something we're not allowed to say
Something
on
we
air, I
can't say,
don't
but that caused a bit of wind shadow for them, which allowed the rag just to punch out a little bit there. Keep their air clear.
The rag's got a good lead now relative to the near overlap of the top mark.
Yeah. Actually, just right off screen, which we can't see, but the Royal Oaks managed to get right down to leeward there, so they've got a better line coming into the bottom mark gate if they can hold enough pressure. So they're doing some good sailing. But looks like Andu now has just got a bit of pressure and soaking down on the rag a little bit. And we're getting down to Bucko's zone down here where it all goes light and waffly.
Waffly. Wobbly, waffly.
Waffly?
You go waffly, the breeze goes waffly. Be close for, well, I think Royal Oak will maintain third, but the battle for fourth you have Yandu, Balmain, Marine Outlet and Smeg all pretty close together once they drop shoots here, Bucko.
Indeed. Here we go. Race leader at the bottom mark, ready to drop the chute.
Going for a jibe drop.
Drive, drop, left-hand mark.
Well, that worked last time for them.
Hey?
That worked last race for them.
Yeah. But you can see how much gain they've made in the run. It's substantial.
Yeah. And the Andus, and then we've just got the Royal Oak coming in here. I think they're going to be third now. They've managed to hold on to their position.
Some pretty accurate navigation from the Royal Oak boys.
They really have started a clever run, those guys.
Yeah, they dropped the chute too early. They're coming to the bottom here. They've got a very slow 3 boat lengths now.
Yeah.
That's expensive, guys.
Well, I think they really wanted that left mark.
Yeah, but you saw the layup that Andu used. Always got flow across.
Yandu got the spinnaker over the bow here.
Oh,
got the
this is going to be
handbrake on.
costly.
Oh, you got it out.
Got it out.
Wow.
Balmain doing the same. So what have we got? The rag, Andu, Royal Oak, Yandu, Balmain in 5th place. And coming up here looks like Marine Outlet. It's going to be the first person to take the right gate.
Second, Rag and Famish took it.
Rag and Famish did take it. Thanks for correcting me.
Yep, and a little more pressure on the right, Pat. First puff is on the right edge. The other guys are not fully 3 strings that have gone out to the left until they get in the middle of the river. Anyway, here we go. The Fisher and Pike Hill putting a bit of pressure on the bowman. Coming into the port hand mark. We're looking at no names on the starboard
Your name here.
mark. Your name here. And in the background, Shaw and Partners, jibe drop. Bit of puff coming from the right edge. And they'll get round in whatever that is, 8th, I think. But pretty tidy.
That's the bulk of the fleet around. The Noakes Red looks like they had a bit of a swim right up there at the top of screen.
Right, well, the Rag and Famish looking solid, you know, and I know we talked about match racing before, but they did a pretty classic manoeuvre there, took the right mark, and then proceeded to cover the fleet with starboard tack advantage. Very textbook sailing.
Sort of idiot-proof sailing, really, Pat, isn't it?
Well, that's it. And tell you what, they're making it look pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't going to have a good result this race, I don't think. What you call a keeper.
They get one drop in this series, don't they, Bucko, by memory, or no drops?
No drops. No drops. Okay, we're just following Balmain. So Balmain's not the most furthest right boat, but certainly in the leading pack there, they've stepped up to the right of the furthest. And we're back on the Shore and Partners Financial Services, just still pushing right.
You and I'm here trundling around mid-fleet.
So what were they? They got themselves 7th at the top mark. Probably thereabouts, or maybe slightly deeper than that at the moment. Bucko, you spent too much time in the sea yesterday, mate.
I can still taste the salt.
Okay, here we are. We're back to Balmain. So Balmain's one of the fastest boats in the fleet here, so they're definitely trying to use their boat speed to pull themselves through. But you can just see the Rag in the background, the leader, just hitting the left-hand side of the course up Nielsen Park there. Got to be starting to think about a cover with Andu now on port tack. Yep, there they go. So they're keeping it pretty simple. Once you're ahead, it's
There's Noakes Red after their little misadventure up the top on their way down the bottom arc. Back with the leader on the water, Rag and Famish. Young Beck Hancock, Bucko, it's good for a motivate, for a self-esteem to get around the course and get it completed. And you know, I don't think in their state titles she's had you know, a day where she hasn't had a problem. So, but she just keeps at it, which is fabulous to see.
No, she'll complete. She's a pretty tough unit.
okay. So the Royal Oak just crossing ahead of Balmain here and still sitting in 3rd place for the Royal Oak. So this breeze is, what do you think, Bucko? Probably sitting at about sort of 10 knots here in the puffs.
10, 11 in the puffs, yep. Not really doing much. Still nice, comfortable, full pressure big sail, so.
The Rag just keeping a nice cover on Andu there as they head into Shark Island.
Yeah, so just watching here, guys.
Not on screen, the Balmain just, there you go, just crossed Yandu.
That Yandu had a pretty bad tack against the shoreline, and
they've got wheels. So Balmain just really pushing into this left-hand side, trying to make up as much distance as they can.
He might fancy his chances, so Pat, all the way to the rock, tack, and then all the way to the starboard tack low line.
Yep.
Might work okay from where he is.
The rag's still looking pretty nice here with that cover over Andu. It's not really giving Herman much of a chance for any separation, is he?
No, just like a limpet.
Yep. Well, 2 from 2 would have a pretty good ring to it, wouldn't it?
Nothing sweeter, I don't think.
The lady hasn't sung yet though, so...
Well, I mean, hard for Andrew to catch him downhill though, it would seem.
Some nice pressure here in the left. Just 12 to 13, maybe even about 13 in the gusts here. Flat water. Life's good.
You just see Harry keep looking backwards to see what Herman's what he's thinking of doing, and
If they're not careful, they'll be over the Clancy, Jimmy, won't they?
well, from what we've seen the previous times from this left-hand side, there is a considerable lift halfway from right out in the corner.
Well, I think Herman's going to keep pushing him so he gets into the wind shadow of that moored yacht here.
Yeah, well, that'd be Savvy Jarvin 101.
I think you'll find that the
Didn't work.
Harry Price unit's alive to that possibility.
He's tacked early. Okay, well, he's going to have to go around this duckling here, or tack. Here he goes. That's a pretty spectacular duck hanging off the back of that boat. The White Swan.
Bit more pressure coming by the look of it too. These guys are overstood, Jimmy, I would predict.
Well and truly.
Well and truly.
Yeah. So no point in doing that.
I think they've the boat that they were trying to put the Rag and Famish under has become a problem for them, so now they're trying to go over the top of it.
Yes.
Which is an anchored super yacht.
And he's not going to lay, I don't believe, that power boat.
Yes, he is. The powerboat's swinging.
Some good pressure coming down.
No, a little bit of extra here.
No.
So the Rag and Famish on a nearly perfect lay line.
Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
had to tack.
he's had to tack.
Oh, no. Okay, so this is going to open the door for Balmain on the far right side.
Yeah. So we are travelling with
Yandu. Your name here and Smeg in the background.
Well, all boats are on port tack here. All breeze coming out of the left. Just coming along Andu here, who had to do 2 tacks to get around that power boat. So Herman really wanted the left. But to me, that's just made the lead a little bit bigger for the Rag, and it's going to give them a bit of breathing room on the run.
and even he's slightly overstood as well.
Yeah. The biggest mover on this beat's been Balmain. I think you did call their move early on in this beat, didn't you? You pretty much predicted their course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there we go, the Rag.
Balmain cleanly second.
Cleanly second. Big gain for the boys.
And made up time on everybody.
Yeah. So great sailing by Balmain.
And they're quite fast downhill.
So, it's not over yet.
Rag's not slow, but they're quite quick.
Just got to get that sheet on. And they're off. And Andu will be a third after their little incident with that moored yacht. And the Royal Oak hanging in there with their smaller rig. Having a great day, the boys.
So Balmain and Rag floating away downhill. Breeze up a little, so tough for the tailenders to catch anything on this run, I think. VMG run to the finish, everybody using all their riding moment, or most of the fleet using the riding moment. Everybody on the end of the rack, VMG running at top range for the big rig. Your name here's come back to the kind of mid fleet, just one place behind Yandu. So
yeah, sixth place.
6 and Marine Outlet in 7th.
Now Your Name here, they've certainly got some pace.
Well, he might have gone the right way at the beat as well and not overstood as well. So
yeah, that helps. There's the Smeg. Nathan McNamara. Just got a bit of a... There we go. Shoots up, running. Some nice Vicobi Torque trapeze harnesses there, if I might add. They're a good young team, these guys. They love their sailing. They put a lot of effort into it, to their program, and you're definitely going to see them keep developing as a team this season. Got a nice line of pressure here, actually.
yeah. Travelling there with Balmain. Balmain in second, just in the drive process here now. No? Set up, stand by, something like that? No. Stand on then, alright, fair enough.
Well, as long as it's giant, Bucko.
Right in the corner of Nelson Park they are.
He's hanging on. Okay, there he goes.
Not a bad job.
There's Andu and Rag and Famish. As you said, Pat, 2 from 2 here.
I think that'd be pretty. Peter would be pretty happy with that from the Rag. He'd be celebrating.
He definitely would.
So Balmain looking like they're in nice pressure down there. And,
Well, and they're right on the lane line, I think.
yeah, got a nice gauge off Andu. So to me, they're clear second. Andu's
Provided
just
they haven't overstood,
yeah.
which we can't tell. The body language says they're okay. But
Oh, I think they're looking pretty nice.
See there, top of screen, Rag and Famish is giant back. It didn't have the pressure that when they obviously looked over their shoulder that they see Balmain have. Just got to at least get down to that same line and
Stay between the opposition and the finish.
absolutely.
yeah, it's a good lead, but it's not monstrous. The Rag just setting up to job.
They really have sailed a great 2 races today, haven't they? You know, they haven't made many mistakes. So there's the rag. They've got a pretty nice line all the way through the finishing line there, I reckon.
Yeah, full heat, that's for sure.
Yep. Behind them, here we are, Balmain, and we're just sitting behind the Balmain here, so they're fully wicked up. They're going to be second place today. So, just coming across the finishing line, the Rag and Famish, 2 from 2. What a day.
What a race, what a day.
Congratulations, boys.
What a crack of a day for a beer at the Rag and Famish Hotel there in North Sydney.
Yeah.
I might drop by on my way home.
And in second place, just crossing the finishing line now, is Balmain, who really sailed a great second half of the race, didn't they?
Yeah,
They
came from sort of 6th, I think, or 7th.
Yeah.
Tell you what, this isn't all over behind us here. This third place.
Now, I think that the Yandu's going to get it, aren't they, Jimmy?
Well,
We'll have a good look. On the marine outlet come from the clouds. On the face of a beauty.
I don't think Yandu's going to lay. So I think Yandu looking pretty good there on starboard jibe coming through, right?
Fair enough.
And I think just done enough to hang on there.
But you're right about Marine Outlet. He's coming in hot. Just in the right position here to spot this. So Yandu third. And we've got a tight one between Yandu and Marine Outlet. Yandu just gets that one. So Yandu
Wow.
fourth, Marine Outlet,
And your name here.
your name here.
The big loser out of that was the Royal Oak Four Pines, unfortunately. Like,
Yeah,
obviously where they went where the wind isn't
Yeah.
for a point in time.
that's a shame. They've started a great 2 races. So unfortunately that last leg.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be that disappointed in the overall, like, considering like the damage that they had to their big rig, and obviously had to use the little the number 2 rig.
And we
Quite
just
considerable.
Smeck just sneaks in front of Fisher and Peichel. And Kitchen Makers just coming up across the line now.
Shaw and Partners didn't have a very good last beat, and they'll be 11th. Didn't see what went wrong, but something did.
And next boat on track will be 6th. And most likely the Barra Wang Hotel.
Been down to the Burrowing Hotel, Pat?
I have not. When are we going?
We should do it. It's a nice little pub down there in the Highlands. It's nice.
I hear great things. I think we
Beer's
should,
cold.
I think we should have a sail.
Food's good.
A sail media midwinter meeting there.
No, we'll run a cold water regatta on one of those dams, and we don't have to get wet, so we'll be good, right?
I'll bring the jackets.
Yeah, it can be a little crisp, would be the only comment I would make.
Well, that was a pretty good day of sailing, particularly if you're the Rag and Famish.
Yeah, in particular the Rag and Famish, indeed. But pretty good effort also from Balmain, from your name here, and Yandu, and
The Royal Oak, I think, the Royal Oak, I think, had a great day considering small rig, not by choice. And, I think they sailed smart. I think, sadly, that last leg didn't probably do them justice for how well they sailed today.
No, that's right.
So you're giving him the commentator's vote for the day, are you, Pat?
They'll have my vote.
Perfect.
And Woody, for his time and distance from the boat ramp to the start, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Wow, more wind coming, no more racing though. Oh well. An overcast looking day in Sydney now, but not unexpected that would be the case with the wind onshore and pretty warm water offshore. normal kind of summer pattern, I suppose. So folks, that brings us to a close almost for the day. Top 10 this afternoon. Rag won both races, but in the second race, Rag first, Balmain second, Andrew third, Yandu fourth, Marine Outlet fifth, Your Name Here six, Royal Oak 7, Smeg 8, Fisher and Paykel 9, Kitchen Maker 10, Shaw and Partners 6th, and Burrawang. So, folks, we're back here next week, same time, last 2 races. Yandu will be leading the point score of the New South Wales Championship. And I would say now that a bit of a hunt up for 3rd, 4th, Balmain. And the Rag and Famish in the hunt.
Exciting.
Primarily. So, Pat, thanks for your help today. Great to have a fresh voice on the airwaves.
Thanks, Bucko. Thanks for having me, Jimmy. Very enjoyable day out with you guys as always, and very impressive team here with Chits, DC, and Pierce, and you know, it's such a great outfit. Very impressed with you blokes.
Don't forget the little gecko, Sammy.
I'm Sammy. Sorry, Sammy.
The big gecko. So, Jimmy, thank you. Thanks, Dylan, Sammy, Pierce, Chits, for holding us upright. It's been great, and I hope you can all join us same time next week. Andrew Buckland signing out here for some media production for the Australian Only Footers League. Over and out.